Welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Taylor and today we'll be ranking every single Selena Gomez song. Since, I Said I Love You First just recently came out, so you'll get to hear my thoughts and opinions in this video. But before we hop in the video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you love all things music. So I'm going to do this similar to a Chats and Racks, ranking every Taylor Swift song video in which they have the song sorter pulled up and they go through each song and pick their favorite of the two battles. I will have the song sorter I'm using in the bottom below. I was going to use a tier ranking, but no one's updated theirs to include I Said I Love You First, and I just don't feel like going through the process of making that right now. Plus, if you like these ranking an entire discography video, just let me know if there's anyone specific you want me to rank. Down below, I'm thinking of ranking different Disney discographies. Maybe do another Little Mix one. We can do a full Ariana Grande one. There's a full Ariana Grande song sorter here. There's a lot to go through. But yeah, so if you've seen the Chats and Racks video, it's going to be very similar. I'm going to rank them. I'm going to show you at interspersed moments of me ranking them. And then at the end of the video, I will go through my top 20 Selena Gomez songs. And then I'll probably round out the video with a visual showing you me ranking all of her albums. Spoiler alert, Stars Dance is most likely going to be number 1. Also, if you are a fan of her last 2 albums, like the last 2 albums of hers are your absolute favorites, maybe look away. But yeah, I guess without further ado, let's hop into ranking all these Selena Gomez songs. So I'm going to go through the first 10%, then I'll check in at 25%, 50%, 75%, and do the last 10% with you. So first up, we have Don't Take It Personally versus Scared of Loving You. Scared of Loving You, I think, did not do justice to the album as a first lead single because it's very slow and very, simplistic in its nature. While it's a very sweet, lovey-dovey song, I feel like the album says a lot more than just, I'm in love again, I found love again. I feel like there's a lot more to say. Speaking of a lot more to say, Don't Take It Personally. When it was revealed that this was something that was actually said to Selena Gomez, my mouth dropped. Because when I first heard the lyrics, I was taken aback. I'm like, excuse me? Excuse me? I am assuming this might have to do with Hailey Bieber-Justin situationship, but I also know that Selena did say that a majority of these songs, while they also combine hers and Benny's stories, a lot of them come from a place of friendship, so having to deal with friendships. But in case you're wondering, it's Don't Take It Personally. You Said You Were Sorry versus I Can't Get Enough. So I Can't Get Enough was a single she originally works with Benny, J Balvin, and a bunch of other creators that they sneaked onto this album. I think it's fun. I love seeing her explore the Latin pop roots. You Said You Were Sorry is such an interesting song in that it's finding closure without actually having that conversation of you've been removed from a situation long enough, and while you kind of it's I don't have anything left to do with you, but just that single dream of You Said You Were Sorry was enough for me. I'm going to choose I Can't Get Enough. How does it feel to be forgotten? Ooh. 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 Hits hard. Do You Want to Be Perfect? It's just a soundbite, kind of echoing what she said in Who Says of we need to stop upholding these unrealistic beauty standards. Obviously, her body's been under a lot of criticism her whole life, specifically in the last few years. Because of her lupus diagnosis, she's on medication and stuff. That causes her weight to fluctuate, and I feel like a lot of people like to comment on it. So I'm going to choose How Does It Feel to... Oh, no. Sunset Boulevard and Cowboy are her most, sexually explicit songs on this album. Sunset Boulevard, when I first heard the chorus of that, and I know she stated in her, Spotify interview that that's one of her favorite choruses, and I think this is one of hers and Benny's favorite songs on the album. I see it. It was super shocking to the system, based on what she was giving. I think I'm going to choose Cowboy. Just because there's something about a sensual song. She said this was her Good For You 2.0, and if you know anything about me, you'll see it. Good For You is one of my favorite Selena Gomez songs. Don't Want to Cry or Ojos Tristes, I think is how you say it. These are 2 songs that kind of fall in the mid-tier for me on the album. I think I'm going to choose Don't Want to Cry. Younger and Hotter Than Me. Going into that after listening to I Said I Love You First, which... was a shock. This is one of the saddest songs I've ever heard her perform. It just you had this visceral emotional reaction when you hear it. And then of course, she stated in the Spotify interview that the lyric that inspired it actually came from Benny and his friends. So it is talking about growing up in industry and how in any lifetime there's always going to be someone younger than you. There's always going to be someone newer and sort of dealing and grappling with that. Then Call Me When You Break Up. I think she revealed that this is about a friendship. So like when you're done with the man who's occupying your entire time, call me so we can finally check up. She and Gracie did a great job on this. I'm going to choose Younger and Hotter Than Me. All right, here are the droplets we got in 2023 and 2024. Single Soon and Love On. So Single Soon was one that she worked with Benny before we heard about the relationship. Both of these are cute, fun, poppy dance vibes, sort of reminiscent of what she was doing in her earlier works. In terms of which one do I like more, I think I like Love On more. Do It and My Mind and Me. My Mind and Me came out with the documentary of the same name, I'm pretty sure. Oh God, I cried to this song a lot. This was essentially just her taking like entries from her journal and putting it out into the world. Miss Selena Gomez. Obviously, it's dealing with her diagnosis of being bipolar and everything that goes along with that. Do It is a song that appeared as like a special track on her For You EP, which was a compilation of all of the tracks that she had done, all of her major tracks that she had done with Hollywood Records previously before she left. It's just a sexy song, if you can't get from the title. I want to say I probably listen to Do It more, but I must give My Mind and Me her due. Selfish Love. This is another collaboration single that she did sometime between the break between, I think it was Revival and Rare. This was a single that came out during that time, I'm pretty sure. I don't really listen to it. And then The Heart Wants What It Wants kills me every time I hear it. Opening with that intro, the video, the performance. If you were alive during that time, you know what I mean. Now we're getting into Revelación. I respect what it did for Selena Gomez in terms of like getting her first Grammy nomination. It's just an EP that I don't listen to a lot. I still like Latin pop. I like Spanish music. I just didn't necessarily listen to this one. So I'm just kind of gonna... Okay, Baila Conmigo is probably my favorite from that one. Wolves. De Una Vez, I believe, was one of the singles. I still listen to it, but I listen to Wolves more. This was another droplet that she gave us that she did in collaboration with one of the DJs. She did multiple collaborations with DJs. Love Wolves. Fetish, It Ain't Me. Two other droplets that she released in that weird time. That weird, like, 4 to 5 year span we had. Fetish is one of my favorite songs of all time from Selena Gomez. It really echoes the vibes that Good For You gave us. I also really like It Ain't Me. It just isn't necessarily... I don't know. I wouldn't choose it over Fetish, is what I'm saying. She, Bad Liar. So we're getting into the Rare album. Bad Liar was a single that she released during that intermittent period that eventually got added on to Rare or Rare Deluxe. And then she was released on Rare. This is the thing. Neither of these songs are a particular fave for me. However, I'm going to pick Bad Liar. Boyfriend, Souvenir. Boyfriend was a moment when she came back from her music hiatus and she dropped Boyfriend. It was a vibe, it was a mood, even though she stated that this song talks about how she wants a boyfriend, when really at the time she did not want one. I love Boyfriend. However, Souvenir is one of my absolute faves from that album. It's probably one of the sexier, like more sensual songs on there, and I vibe with it. Cut You Off, A Sweeter Place. Upon first listen to the album, A Sweeter Place was one of my favorites. I don't know if it stands up there with one of my favorites. However, I really don't like Cut You Off. If you want something that gives you a similar message theming to Cut You Off, listen to Hair by Little Mix. Truly amazing, that song, but not necessarily Cut You Off. Kind of crazy and fun. Okay, I think I've hated on Fun too much. Upon listening to it in the car today, I actually decided that it might be actually kind of fun. However, I think Kind of Crazy is better. Let Me Get Me or Crowded Room. Listen, Let Me Get Me was also one that I had on repeat the first time I heard it. Crowded Room, I don't really have any strong feelings towards whatsoever. Ring, Vulnerable. I feel like Ring gets dinged a lot. But having learned some of the lore behind this song, and it may be pertaining to the Hailey Bieber-Justin situation of it all, I respect it more. But Vulnerable is, in fact, top 5 on this album for me. Look at Her Now versus Lose You to Love Me. Both, this is the first and second single from the album. Look at Her Now. She was cute. She's sweet. She still plays at the Eras Tour opener, I think is what she did. Look at Her Now is really like getting her mojo back, getting her groove back after the end of a bad relationship. However, Losing You to Love Me, her first #1 single, the first single she ever had to reach #1. And that was on Revival. Was it on Revival? Or was that Rare? Oh, well, either way, it was the first song to release that she released that went #1, which surprised the hell out of me. I would have thought like Hands to Myself, Love You Like a Love Song would have gone there. But you know what? It's the first one, and it deserved it. She did say in her documentary how it was kind of funny how everyone's having these strong reactions to the song, when really this song was written and recorded 2 years prior to her release, and how at that point she had kind of moved on from everything. This is one of her most tragic, most beautiful songs, and most people speculate that it addresses her relationship with Justin Bieber. And all right, Rare, Dance Again. So I'm going to state this. I know she loves the song Rare. She has a beauty brand called Rare Beauty. I know she loves this song. I know it represents a lot to her. However, not my favorite. And therefore, I will choose Dance Again. Out of My Hands versus Cologne. These are bonus tracks on Revival. Nothing particular to say there. I'm going to choose Cologne. Nobody versus Perfect. These songs, I feel like sonically have some similar vibes to them. However, Perfect, if you want, if you want something conceptually that rings like Obsessed by Olivia Rodrigo, but you want it in a slower R&B-esque cutesy little pop version, Perfect. Perfect is one of my favorite Selena Gomez songs of all time. Rise versus Me and My Girls. Rise. We love a self-empowerment, make the girlies feel good anthem. Me and My Girls is also self-empowerment, but I personally love the lyrics like, I'm going home with who I came with, and who I came with was not you. Yes, ma'am. Then we have Survivors versus Body Heat. Body Heat is one of the bangers that does not get talked about enough. When Selena Gomez says that she likes to explore her sensual side in songs, this is her exploring that next to a beat. Survivor's also cute. She's sweet. Good For You, Camouflage. Okay, Camouflage again has similar vibes sonically to Nobody in my opinion, and I like it. It's a cute little love song. Good For You is one of my favorite Selena Gomez songs of all time, and I will hold strong on that. Same Old Love versus Sober. So if I am correct, Same Old Love was the first song or one of the first songs that she ever worked with Benny on. And you know what? There's a reason it's a banger, it's a bop, it's a hit. It was a single for a reason. Sober. There's a lot of songs that I'm going to say on Revival that have similar sonic sounds to me. And while they're not necessarily something that I hate, they're just not necessarily amazing to me. So Same Old Love will win that. I know Benny also worked on Kill 'Em With Kindness. This obviously her opening up Revival, talking about how she really wanted to take on, during this time, public scrutiny of her had gone to a near high. I believe if I wrote it in my notes, let's see. Yes, during that time, she did develop a deep fear of public scrutiny. So that was when she first really started addressing it on Revival. However, Hands to Myself exists, and we all know that song. Lover and Me. I like it that way. I have no strong feelings about Lover and Me. However, I have strong feelings that I don't like. I like it that way. Oh, another one. Nobody Does It Like You. I played the shit out of this song when I first heard it. It's a bonus track off of Stars Dance, and I have stated that Stars Dance is my favorite Selena Gomez album. I love it. It's sexy. It's got a beat. It's a little nasty. It's a little dirty, and it may be about someone I don't like, but hey, I also really don't care if her music feels better. So Nobody Does It Like You. Oh, Stars Dance. Stars Dance is going to be real hard for me to choose. Undercover. I love the beat. I love the vibes. This was a song that, when did Stars Dance come out? Came out in 2013. This is a song that my middle school self loved to death. However, Love Will Remember, before there was Lose You to Love Me, there was Love Will Remember. When she played that voicemail, that voice note at the beginning, she has stated that this was probably the most vulnerable song on that album, and it truly stands. And if you need a good cry, listen to it. And again, F you, Justin. Save the Day beat. When I was doing research for this video, I did not realize that Save the Day was a song that J-Lo had originally wanted for one of her albums. I cannot imagine J-Lo singing it, but hey. Again, Save the Day and beat. Love both of these songs. They're basically just good, sexy love songs with a beat and a groove to move to in that. I think Save the Day is my favorite. Come and Get It, the song that took the world by storm when it was originally released. It did not go #1, but I believe it did hit top 10. This song, again, sexy song. I never realized how many of her songs really were sensual until she mentioned it. This is one of my favorite songs. Middle school me loved it. And the performance that she did on the Radio Disney Music Awards, RIP to those, that's absolutely spectacular. Forget Forever is a song that she stated was one of her favorites on the album, and kind of like this emotional release of like forgetting and like moving past this relationship. But then she said like when she was done writing it or like listening to it, she really wanted to go forth and add a dance beat to it. Come and Get It will win. It's nice to me because once we get past Stardance into the older albums with her in the scene, she really has no writing credits on any. Actually, in terms of the album she has writing credits on, she has one writing credit on the Kiss and Tell album, no writing credits on A Year Without Rain, one writing credit on When the Sun Goes Down, no writing credits on Stars Dance. Revival, she has 12 different writing credits on it, and then I did not check for Rare and I Said I Love You first, but I leave those on the screen if you do that. So she essentially started writing more as she got on. Stars Dance, the title track, versus Like a Champion. These are two polar opposites in the vibes and the sounds. Love them. Like a Champion, I think, Like a Champion is one of my favorites from the album, or one of the favorites I had when I was a kid. But also, I love Stardance. Stardance is very much so, I don't know if it's mellow, but it's a cutesy little dancing in the stars love song. Whereas Like a Champion is a hype up dance. She performed it at like a football game in Texas song. So I'm going with Like a Champion. Middle of Nowhere versus Birthday. All right, we're sliding in to Selena Gomez in the scene with Middle of Nowhere. Birthday is the song that I put on every birthday playlist I have. I am not original. I'm not unique. I'm not new. That is, in fact, always there. I love it. Middle of Nowhere, I really loved a lot when I was a kid. I don't know that I have the same love for it now, so I'm going to choose Birthday. All right, Outlaw versus That's More Like It. Did not know that Katy Perry wrote on any Selena Gomez songs, but apparently she did write on That's More Like It. And apparently it's exploring the concept of being a woman in the 50s and not necessarily having the bodily autonomy and skills that she wanted and taking that back. However, while I love both of these, Outlaw may be top 10 Selena Gomez songs of all time. Listen, the flip that she does in the bridge where she's talking this whole song about like, the guy that my friend's dating is shit. He's an outlaw. He's a criminal. But at the end, she's like, I'm from the Lone Star State. If you want to come and get me, get me. She's like, maybe I kind of like the bad boys. Which makes sense because she did start dating Justin Bieber in between A Year Without Rain and When the Sun Goes Down. So, all right, When the Sun Goes Down versus My Dilemma. When I first did this, before I scrapped the original concept of this video, I had ranked My Dilemma lower, even though I loved it as a kid. But I have recently re-listened to it. Like, first of all, I didn't realize that For You, I forgot that she switched up the bridge on My Dilemma 2.0. And then listened to My Dilemma, now getting context and like getting what the lyrics are saying. My Dilemma probably will win this. I like When the Sun Goes Down. And she did say that she chose to name the album after this song based on the unique collaborative experience she had with her bass player around this. And this is her only songwriting credit on the album. But I'm going to choose My Dilemma. We Own the Night versus Hit the Lights. We Own the Night is a collaboration with Pixie Lott. I believe I read that it might have originally supposed to have gone to Kelly Clarkson, which, interesting. Don't hold me to that. I did pull most of these facts from Wikipedia, so. But Hit the Lights, the song that I feel like I saw, like the music video I saw, I feel like I saw replayed on Disney Channel over and over again. We Are in Her Hollywood Records Disney Machine Day. I love this song. Bang 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 versus Who Says. Anything going up against Who Says is probably going to lose, unless it's like Lose You to Love Me. We'll get there when we get there. Who Says is a song that she didn't write, but it remained one of her most favorite songs. She always talks about it. I love the music video, and I feel like at the time when it came out, it was a song that I played over and over again. Bang 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 is fun. Talking about her moving on, she's got a new boy, and she's like, I ain't thinking about you anymore. Like, my new man's better. But Who Says is going to win. Live Like There's No Tomorrow versus Love You Like a Love Song. Live Like There's No Tomorrow is a song that was featured on the Ramona and Beezus soundtrack. It's a cute, if you like Long Live by Taylor Swift, I feel like it gives kind of same vibes, aka in that Live Like There's No Tomorrow. I think I do like Long Live more, but you might like that one if you like that. Love You Like a Love Song, however, is iconic for a reason. The music video hit, the beat hit. We love the techno pop, dance pop from her. And then Spotlight versus Ghost of You. We are digging into the earlier albums. Is Ghost of You on A Year Without Rain? I'm pretty sure Ghost of You is on A Year Without Rain. So I will point this out. I have a strong nostalgic attachment to the first 3 to 4 albums from her, like her early, like my middle school days albums when she released them. So you're probably going to see some nostalgic and like childhood bias towards them. So, but if you've never heard of Ghost of You, of her like Hollywood Records, like early like Disney Day albums, those first 3 that you may not necessarily be as familiar with if you're younger or you just didn't get into it then, Ghost of You is one of the songs you need to listen to. It is probably my favorite from those early eras. All right, I'm going to see y'all when I get to the 25% mark. All right, so we've hit 25%. Now we have from her first album, I think it's her first album. The first 2 albums sort of get messed up for me because Kiss and Tell and A Year Without Rain came out so close together within a year of each other. So we have Rock God and Intuition. Actually, I think Rock God was, Rock God she worked on with, actually Katy Perry wrote on Rock God. So if you don't know that, that's a fun little fact. Rock God is just sort of like a fun, considering the pop rock vibes that she had from her first album. Her first album really was kind of a copy paste of the vibes that were going on with all the other Disney girlies in Hollywood Records, aka Miley, Demi. I don't know who else was releasing at that time, but those were the 3 major that were going on. The interconnection being that Selena and Demi were great friends at the time, and then, you know, everything that went down with them. And then Selena and Miley both dated Nick Jonas, and he probably cheated. I can't remember who he cheated on with. Then all the things that went down with that. And then we have Intuition, which is a fun little song. I don't have any facts about Intuition. It's just a fun song. I really like Rock God. Round and Round and A Year Without Rain. Both of these from A Year Without Rain. A Year Without Rain, Disney, she pushed that song. The music video, iconic. Truly iconic. And of course it featured on the Wizards of Waverly Place episode with Mason and everything. Ugh. If you've never seen Wizards of Waverly Place, you'll find out quickly that it's one of my favorite shows of all time. And then Round and Round, the music video, the public hype and everything around that. Truly fantastic. 2 great music videos for what they were. My problem is I don't know which one I like more, because these are 2 absolute faves in terms of singles. My gut says A Year Without Rain. I Don't Miss You at All versus Stop and Erase. These are from the first album. This is pop rock girly days. Both of them kind of have the same vibe, like Stop and Erase. It's kind of like a Get You Back song. I Don't Miss You at All is sort of like a song of like I Don't Miss You. I'm going to choose Stop and Erase. I can't really remember too much about it. I Got You, I Don't Miss You at All. Same album, same similar vibes. Naturally versus More. Naturally is a song that took off. Once the band saw how big this was, by the way, the first 3 albums she did with Selena Gomez and the band, she originally did not want to work as a solo artist. And then after her 3rd album, she went completely solo. Once they saw the success of Naturally, that really set the direction for where she went for her next 2 albums. And it's just a song of like you do it naturally. It's such a vibe. It's such a fun song. And then More is just a song of like, I want more. I want a little excess. It's fun. I love the song More, so don't get mad at me. Oh, The Way I Loved You. This is one of the saddest songs from her earliest albums, and it is one of my favorites. Naturally wins, though. I read on Wikipedia that Crush was actually stated as one of her favorite songs or her favorite song on the album. It's cute. It's sweet. It's very pop rocky. I am going to choose The Way I Loved You for this one. Then we have I Want to Apologize and Falling Down. So I Want to Apologize is their only writing credit on this album. And it was originally a song that was written as I'm Sorry and evolved later into I Want to Apologize. And it was the first song recorded for the album from what I read. Many people have speculated that this song is about her ex, Nick Jonas, which, to be honest, kind of what I thought when I first listened to it. Then Falling Down was the first single that she ever released. It's a vibe. It's a bop. I Want to Apologize wins this round. I'll see y'all at 50%. All right, so we are at 50% right now, and we are in the middle of the Revival album. We have Revival versus Killing with Kindness. Killing with Kindness will win. Sober will win. Camouflage will win. Save the Day versus Outlaw. This is criminal. This is criminal. You're talking about some of my favorite songs from middle school. Outlaw will win, though. My Dilemma versus Save the Day. Truly also criminal. Save the Day will win. Come and Get It. Forget Forever. I don't know if I've talked about Write Your Name. This is a song that I absolutely love from the Stars Dance album. I'm going to say that over and over again. There's so many songs from that album that I love. I feel like a lot of them have some similar vibes sonically. But you know what? She's a fave. The bridge, Love it. Like a Champion, we'll take that. Beat, I think My Dilemma takes that one versus Beat. Slow Down, Slow Down. This is a single that she did work on Benny with, from what I understand. Actually, no, she worked on Slow Down with Julia Michaels. One of the first songs she worked on with Julia Michaels, as far as I understand. She truly was a fun little song. I love it. She's sweet. I think she takes over Beat here. I believe Birthday takes it there. Middle of Nowhere versus Beat. I think Beat takes that one there. Stars Dance versus Middle of Nowhere. Ooh. Stars Dance. Who Says versus Ghost of You. Oh, we're getting into favorites territory. I feel like people would be mad if I said Ghost of You. But I also do think it is Who Says. Whiplash. This is a song that Britney Spears actually co-wrote on. Didn't know this one. It is one of my favorite songs from When the Sun Goes Down. I do like Ghost of You more. Off the Chain. This is a cutesy little like promise ring-esque song. I feel like this has to be about, I Promise You is probably more about Nick Jonas, but Off the Chain and I Promise You are two very much so like ethereal-esque love songs in their production, and I love them. I'm going to choose Whiplash against this. Off the Chain versus Hit the Lights. Hit the Lights. I'm going to choose Off the Chain versus Love You Like a Love Song. Also Rock God. While I really do like Love You Like a Love Song, it is not amongst my favorite singles from her. However, it does beat out Intuition for me. We on the Night also beats out Intuition. Live Like the, yeah, also beats it. Bang 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 versus Intuition, yeah. More versus A Year Without Rain. A Year Without Rain. Round and Round. Tell Me Something I Don't Know was a song that she released prior to Kiss and Tell. It came out alongside a bunch of other songs on the Another Cinderella Stories soundtrack. Favorites. Awesome. Beautiful. What is it? PYT something. I'll insert the song on there, but Chef's Kiss. Tell Me Something I Don't Know. More beats Stop and Erase, obviously. Naturally takes the cake. I Want to Apologize. Absolutely. Falling Down. Superior. And then, of course, The Way I Loved You. I Promise You, this is the song. It very much so gives Nick Jonas, because during this time, if you didn't know, the Jonas Brothers were known a lot for wearing promise rings, aka purity rings. So that's why I feel like it is about Nick Jonas, but she's never confirmed whether it is about him or not. I'll see you at 75%. All right, we're at 75%. So we have Survivors versus You Said You Were Sorry. We have Revival versus I Said I Love You First. I'm going to say Survivors. I'm going to say You Said You De Una Vez. Rise versus Do It. I don't dislike either song, but do I love either song? No. I'm going to choose Do It. If you don't know anything about the For You album, the EP that she released, the singles from this song, like the only new tracks on this were The Heart Wants What It Wants, Do It, and My Dilemma 2.0, I think. I'm not completely sure, but I think that's that. But it is a great little EP if you want to get acquainted with her biggest hits from that time. Rise versus Don't Want to Cry. I think I'm going to say Don't Want to Cry. Rise. Selfish Love. Ojos Tristes. I don't really listen to that other one. She. Okay, I have to pick most things before Kinda Crazy, let's face it. Ooh, but Kinda Crazy, nah, Scared of Loving You probably beats it. I Said I Love You First. The fact that this was the final speech she gave after she wrapped the final episode or filming of Wizards of Waverly Place, when I heard that to open with, I was just like, oh, shoot me in the heart, gut me, why don't you? Ugh. But because of the speech and it's not a song, I guess I have to choose this. Alright, let's get it off my screen. Oh no. A Year Without Rain versus Love Will Remember. I know it's going to win. And I love A Year Without Rain. However, Love Will Remember has emotionally scarred me for life. So, say, Good For You did not emotionally scar me, but it's just a banger. Nobody Does Like You. Yeah. Outlaw. I'm going to say A Year Without Rain. Who Says? Ghost of You. Whiplash. Britney did what she did on that song. Hit the Lights. Outlaw. Save the Day. Come and Get It. Oh. Ooh. I'm going to say Forget Forever. Write Your Name or Off the Chain? I'm going to say Write Your Name. I guess Stars Dance for the win. Undercover, duh. Hence Myself. Off the Chain versus Same Old Love. I'm going to say Same Old Love versus Round and Round. Round and Round versus My Dilemma. Okay, I've been really listening to My Dilemma a lot in the last day or two. So I feel like that's clouding my judgment. I feel like Round and Round should win. But I'm going to choose My Dilemma. Slow down. I'm going to choose Round and Round over Birthday. I love Birthday, and I love playing it every year on my birthday. I just don't know if it's that fantastic. Tell me something I don't know. Stand for Life. Although Drew Seeley being 10 years older than her. Rock God versus Birthday. Birthday for the win there. Me and the Rhythm. This is a song off of Revival that's truly just a cute, it's not cutesy, it's just a dance song. It's all about how she doesn't need any love, she doesn't need heartbreak, she doesn't want a heartbreak song. She just wants her, the music, and that's all she needs. So I'm going to say Me and the Rhythm takes this. I will see you when we fill out the final questions. We have the final battles pulled up. This should obviously be quick and snappy because we've gone through most of them. Me and the Rhythm versus Let Me Get Me. Both similar vibes. I can't remember sonically if they're similar. I don't know. Similar vibes. I prefer Me and the Rhythm. Rock God versus Let Me Get Me. Some of her oldest work versus some of her newest work. I'm actually going to choose Rock God. It is a childhood favorite. Same with More. So nostalgia's beating me there. Speaking of beating, Beat. Truly fantastic. Stars Dance versus Let Me Get Me. Let me think this through. Which one do I listen to more? Let Me Get Me or Stars Dance? I think I've listened to Let Me Get Me more. I will choose Star Dance over Dance Again. Naturally, I think has to take that one. I Won't Apologize will also take that one. Middle of Nowhere will take that. My nostalgia is kicking in. Falling Down. Yes, The Way I Loved You. I Promise You. I think I'm going to choose Dance Again over Love You Like a Love Song. Wow, I didn't realize how many more Selena Gomez songs I prefer than Love You Like a Love Song. However, Love You Like a Love Song will beat It Ain't Me, but it will take over We Own the Night. Single Soon, I feel like doesn't get enough love. I'm going to choose Single Soon. My Mind and Me breaks my heart every time I hear it. Am I going to choose We Own the Night over Wolves? Let's be realistic. I listen to Wolves more. While I love Don't Take It Personally, I feel like We Own the Night I have more attachment to. Is recency bias going to take over here? Probably. Look at Her Now. Feel Me. Back to You. If you don't know about Back to You, she did produce the show 13 Reasons Why, which got a lot of different responses to it, but she did perform and write I don't know if she wrote the song, but she did perform a song that eventually went on the soundtrack, and that was Back to You. Younger and Hotter Than Me. I'm going to choose We Own the Night. That's more like it. Gonna choose Younger and Hotter Than Me there. Must respect its place. When the Sun Goes Down. Crush. Kiss and Tell. Kiss and Tell is the title track for her original album. Haven't talked too much about it. I don't think there's much to say other than it does establish the vibes of the pop rock album. I will choose it first. Live Like There's No Tomorrow. I'm going to choose A Sweeter Place. Stained, I don't think I've talked about this yet. This was a song that she recorded in 2016 that got leaked but never got officially put on a track until recently, and that is as a bonus track for I Said I Love You First. So it is a song that's a decade old. It's very likely possibly referring to the Justin Bieber situation of it all. Although we do know in between her on-again and off-again relationship with Justin Bieber, she did have relationships with, I believe it was Zedd and The Weeknd. So I can't say for sure. I really like the song. I just don't know much to say about it. I do believe I'm going to choose it here over Kill 'Em With Kindness. Call Me When You Break Up. I think I like Kill 'Em With Kindness more. But I will say I like it more than Stop and Erase. I think I like Stop and Erase, I Got You, I Don't Miss You at All, As a Blonde, more than Nobody. But I will say Nobody over Sober. Same for How Does It Feel to Be Forgotten, I Can't Get Enough, and Baila Conmigo. Oh, also Cologne. Blue is Flame is a song that was co-written with Charlie XCX, which Charlie XCX has written a lot of pop music that we've listened to in the last year. If you love a good dance, pop, techno vibe, she's probably had her hands somewhere in the mix for that song. I know it's really taking off on the TikTok. Like, people are loving it. I saw Lara, which, if you didn't know, Lara from Cat's Eye recently came out as bisexual. First of all, I need a print out of someone saying, I know I'm half fruitcake. Because same girl. Best way I've seen it described. But she did a little produced her own little version of it. I like it. I think I like it more than Sober, but I don't know that it's my favorite. I think I like Sober more than Survivors. Same with Camouflage. Do I like Bang 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 more than Survivors? I used to really like Bang 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 as a kid, but I don't know how I feel about it now. Intuition versus You Said You Were Sorry. Instinct says You Said You Were Sorry. Same there. Ooh. I'm gonna say Do It. I just haven't gotten any strong feelings versus Don't Want to Cry. I think I will pick it over Revival. Revival or Rise? I feel like these are very similar songs. I'm going to choose Revival because it's the one that I think of the most. Spotlight is a track off her first album that I love listening to when I was a kid. I don't know if I can stand by it necessarily as much today, so I will choose Rise. Selfish Love, Ojos Tristes. I will pick it over Bad Liar, though. Summer's Not Hot. Listen, this is bubblegum pop to a T. Summer's Not Hot Without You. The production was on there. It was on there. It is like a guilty pleasure favorite. But I feel like I must say Bad Liar over that. Am I going to pick it over Rare? Maybe. However, Rare will beat Music Feels Better. No, da, da. Scared of Loving You versus Music Feels Better. Music Feels Better surprisingly has popped up on the shuffle on my TV while listening to this. I can't. So we have two problems. The Music Feels Better is production that you would think I would like, but I don't really like. And Scared of Loving You is necessarily a cute, sweet tune that I don't dislike, but it's not something I would go back and listen to. I will say I think I'm going to choose Scared of Loving You. Oh. Kind of crazy. Crowded Room. Oh, Music Feels Better versus Fun. Fun's grown on me slightly. Oh, no. Two songs that I don't love. I'm going to choose Cut You Off. I have to choose Music Feels Better over Ring. There's just something about the chorus of Ring that I don't love, but I do like it way more than I like it that way. This is my thing. I feel bad choosing a voice or sound bite over an actual song, so that's the only reason I'm going to choose I Like It That Way over I Said I Love You First. But just know, I wanted to choose I Said I Love You First. Lover and Me versus Said I Love You First. I cannot for the life of me remember the song Lover and Me, but I will choose it first. And that rounds it out. So, without further ado, let's go through my top 20 songs by Selena Gomez, and we're going to start at number 20. At number 20, we have Come and Get It. Listen, there's no surprise that it was going to be here. This is a song that I feel like everyone knows and everyone loves, especially if you grew up around the same time I did. I have a strong nostalgic attachment to it, plus the music video and the vibes and everything. Great. Number 19, we have a song from Rare. It's probably top 5 on the album for me, and that is Vulnerable. I've always loved the message of this song, like, no matter what, I'm going to be vulnerable. Like, I'm not going to let the public scrutiny keep me from being vulnerable with myself and with others. So that's why it climbed up there. And in 18th place, our first was Come and Get It off of Stars Dance. Now I'm confusing what's on what. But yeah. We have Stars Dance, Save the Day. This song, just banger bop times 10. I don't know what else to say. 17, a song from Rare, People You Know. Again, another song that I love. People you know can go from people you don't. Like, people you know can go from people you know to people you don't. Real quick, love the message, love the vibes. It's just kind of... See, the reason I don't love Rare so much is because it is a more mellow pop vibe, which she states. I love a more versus a vibe. I don't know if I described that very quickly, but I really do like the song. Number 16, I thought this would be higher. I really did think this would be higher. Outlaw, from this one I think is from A Year Without Rain. It is, like, of her earliest songs, like, if you think of her Selena Gomez and the Scene songs, this is in fact like top 10 songs from that of all time. 15, Hit the Lights. It's a classic for a reason. It was drilled into my brain by the Disney machine. It played over and over again on Disney Channel. R.I.P. Disney Channel. We miss you. We love you. Let me know if there's any Disney Channel or Disney music soundtrack songs you want me to rank. I have some stuff in mind, but leave that in the comments down below. She just is what she is. Whiplash. A song that a lot of people are not going to know, but Britney killed it on the writing there. Now that I know that Britney wrote that, I will never shut up about it. Well, she didn't write it all, but now that I know. It is, in fact, one of the best choruses I have ever heard Selena put out. It is truly a song that if you take away any... Like, I'll point it out. Like, if you're going to listen to early works, listen to Whiplash. 13, Me and My Girls. This is the going out, self-empowerment, I don't need any man anthem that you must play when you are getting ready. Then we have, at 12, Ghost of You. if you follow Caitlin McKillop, the Disney Channel girly that she is, Barbie girly that she does a lot. When she ranked all of Selena Gomez's songs, she ranked this as her number 1. And I feel seen by that. It truly is a fantastic song, and I feel like it doesn't get the love that it deserves. Number 11, a Rare song. I know that I feel like I put a lot of hate on Rare sometimes, which I don't try to, but there are a lot of songs from that I like. Being Souvenir, this is just a sexy little song. Like, I'm a souvenir that you can keep. True, like, if you haven't heard Rare, this is one of the songs that I would recommend going listen to. Body Heat, I cannot for the life of me remember what this came from. It's the same album as Like a Champion. I think it was Stars Dance. Yeah, another sexy song. A sexy song that makes you want to dance, you move, groove. This is her incorporating a bit of her Latin pop flair. Truly. Number 9. I don't know how some people will feel about this, because I feel like a lot of people absolutely love this song, and that's Lose You to Love Me. So I do have other songs higher than it. I think that's just because I don't listen to it as much as I once did. And there is a song that... There are 2 songs that give me vibes of Lose You to Love Me that are about the same person that I think I listen to more. Number 8, Perfect, for the Sapphics. Not much more to say after that. Go listen to it. So number 7, Who Says? This song obviously had a strong impact on me, the same for Selena Gomez. I feel like most people who were kids or just around that time will say that this is a favorite song from her. Again, another single, A Year Without Rain. There's something about this song that just left an imprint on my heart, soul, and being, and I don't know what else to say. Also, it could be that I remember the scene that it played in and was such a Ripley place so vividly that I can't not detach it from that. Also, my dogs are having a moment out in the living room if you hear dogs barking. It's driving me insane. Number 5. I'm not surprised to see it in my top 20. I didn't think it'd be this high, but it is a song that every time I go to Stars Dance, no matter what, since the album has come out, it's a song that I go to. What can I say? I guess I love a song about a bad boy, and yeah, Nobody Does It Like You. I feel like this is going to be an unpopular opinion. I feel like this is going to be a hit or miss song with a lot of people, but it was hit for me, and it continues to be. Number 4, Fetish. I said it once again, it is absolutely one of my favorite Selena Gomez songs of all time, and I don't know what else to say. Same for number 3, Good For You. I like a sexy song. Selena Gomez knew what she was doing. She was finding her sound here. And then number 2, Love Will Remember. Love Will Remember. You can tell it emotionally scarred me the first time I heard it, and it has continued to scar me over and over again. If you want to see, for everyone who's getting into the Justin, Hailey, and Selena lore of it all, if you want to go back to the beginning of Justin and Selena, the heartbreak, we start with Love Will Remember. Report back to me. If you've never heard it, report back to me and tell me how you feel after it. And then number 1, I'm not necessarily surprised. In my head, I thought maybe Lose You to Love Me and The Heart Wants What It Wants might be flipped. However, that's a lie, because let's face it, The Heart Wants What It Wants took my life over, and in fact, it is also a song that my mother plays a lot. But The Heart Wants What It Wants is number 1. I think it's just the immediate shock I felt the first time I saw the music video and heard the lyrics for this, and then saw her perform it live. Truly, Love Will Remember opens with a voice note, and number 1 opens with a monologue. Like, The Heart Wants What It Wants open with monologue. Yeah, those two sides of the same coin. I feel like The Heart Wants What It Wants, Love Will Remember, Easy to Love Me, and then if I had to guess off of the newest album to me, maybe You Said You Were Sorry, How Does It Feel to Be Forgotten really rounds out the story, but those 3 are the trifecta of What the Fuck, Justin. And those are my top 20 Selena Gomez songs. Alright, so let me know if you did the song sorter ranking. Please leave in the comments what your top 5, top 10, however many songs you want to put there that ended up being your top, so on and so forth. Let me know if you agree or disagree with me, because I'm sure there's some strong opinions here. I also think people are going to be a little mad that none of the I Said I Love You First songs end up in my top 20. I do believe they are a little too new to round out the top 20 quite yet. But if you see on the screen, you will see my official ranking of all 7 Well, I guess if I include the EPs, it's 9 albums. So I'll put all 9 on here if I remembered that the EP is. Otherwise, it's 7 albums. What a shocker. Stars Dance will be number 1. What follows that? Who knows? I do think Rare and I Said I Love You First will be near the bottom. But hey, that's a future me problem. Either way, let me know if my ranking satisfies you or if you have a different ranking in mind. Please stay nice in the comments. Obviously, everyone has an opinion, and we don't have to be mean about it. I feel like that might happen, and I'll see y'all in the next video.